You can also listen to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/The Clock Cleaners.
Hello and welcome to the Clock Cleaners podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Keith.
So we'll be recapping SmackDown from June 6th.
Yes. So, I thought this was a decent show.
That was pretty good.
I thought it was better than Raw.
I guess I can't argue with that.
Well, we'll go back to the usual. It's 2 hours versus 3 hours.
That's true. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like my wrestling ending at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock's tough.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, generally... Actually, I'm better now. I used to constantly fall asleep.
Well, I don't have a problem staying up to watch it.
Yeah.
It's just when it's not on until 11, it just feels better.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
yeah. I get up at 6 in the morning, too, so...
It's not the point.
No, but that extra hour, at least I can do stuff after SmackDown. With Raw, I'm kind of just done.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So, we start off the show with all the participants for the Women's Money in the Bank match in the ring.
And Shane McMahon.
And Shane McMahon. And James Ellsworth.
Well, yeah. But, Shane's the only one who got an entrance, though.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, I think all the women were already in the ring when the show opened.
Yeah, because it opened with like a recap of last week, right? Kind of.
I don't know.
It was like the video packages
I think I turned it on just
as they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're showing like clips from last week, I believe,
Yeah.
right before or right at the beginning.
So Shane finally unveils the Money in the Bank briefcase, which
Is now white.
yeah, I kept annoying Christine with it. I said they're gonna make it pink and sparkly and stupid.
Well, you make it seem like they haven't done something like that before.
I know. Yeah,
You
but
seen that Divas title belt?
I know. But we got away from that.
Had a
It's
butterfly
the
on it.
Woman's Revolution.
Had a butterfly on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, each one of them gets the microphone, and they talk about how they're going to win the match. Pretty standard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Naomi comes out, which you brought up earlier off camera, that they're seems to be building her up as a legitimate champion.
Yeah. Well, because like she comes out, she's got like but besides the fact that she has the most like grandiose entrance of anybody, so, but she just seems like she is, which is funny because she doesn't quite carry herself as such.
No.
But
Right, yeah.
At the same time, she kind of acts like
Well, she's not Charlotte.
Well, yeah, but she acts like someone who's excited to
Right.
be where
No,
she
yeah,
is.
yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, she comes out and she said that she's upset because she doesn't get to participate in the match as well, which is kind of silly. I get what she means.
The
but
first match.
first ever, yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of silly. I
then
feel.
no.
I was gonna say I feel if it was Becky or Charlotte, like as the champion, they wouldn't have made them say that.
Probably not, no.
So that was my biggest.
I think because she brings up that, the winner of the match will still have to face her.
Yeah.
I think that's where Charlotte would have hammered the point home, where she'd be like, who cares if you win this match? You're not going to beat me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would be
Right.
more
Right.
down her alley.
So then, after her long-awaited arrival, Lana shows
That
up.
was definitely a little surprising.
I was pretty happy.
I think people were speculating that she was going to be in the match.
Right.
They didn't think that she was going to... because what happened was she came down to the ring and said she wanted to be involved.
Yeah.
And then
everybody
Shane's
was kind of laughing
Well, yeah,
at
they
her.
were all snickering
Yeah.
and laughing as if it was a big joke.
Mhm.
Then Shane tells her that she needs to earn a championship shot, which is funny because that's not what this is.
Well, no, I think he just said that she isn't deserving of
The opportunity.
I
I guess
yeah.
that makes sense because
Of
she hasn't
either.
had. Yeah,
Yeah.
she hasn't had a singles match yet, so
No.
or at least not on TV.
No.
But yeah, then she, I guess, tucks her tail between her legs
Yeah,
and walks
because
up.
Naomi kind of started laughing in her face, basically, and told her she wasn't worthy, basically.
Yeah.
And then that's when Lana got annoyed and just left the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, we didn't go to commercial. They did go to commercial.
Usually that's what they do.
And then they started the 6-woman tag.
Yeah.
But it was during the match we went to commercial again, and that's when they played the
maybe
match
they started them. No, they couldn't. They usually.
No, yeah. Because they had to get everything out of it.
Yeah, because they did the playing the, I guess, the live footage during the commercials a few times again.
Yeah, I think they only did it during this match and the tag match.
I was going to say, it happened at least twice.
Yeah. But they had opportunities to do it during the Shinsuke match, I believe, and the Dolph and AJ match.
Yeah, probably.
Which was an odd choice, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. They're just testing it out. So.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's something different. I enjoy it more. I mean, obviously, it gives them time to run longer commercials because they're still showing content.
It's true, but it's funny though because during one of the times, I can't remember which time it was, Tom Phillips he said that during the commercial that you might have seen, which is just funny because they don't assume that anybody's actually watching.
Yeah,
because no one pays attention during commercials.
That is very true. Yeah, I have to. If I want to pay attention to the match while the commercial's on, I have to mute it. Yeah, which is funny because watching wrestling muted is a little different. Like I can watch sports muted. Well, I could watch hockey without the announcers, but wrestling is a little different.
Well, you got to remember that half of the performance is done by the commentators.
It's true.
So even if you don't like them, they're still still adding to it.
Mostly stupidity.
That's why going to live events, or I should say, like Raw, going there is like a completely different experience than if you watch it on TV.
Yeah, and it's different from the house show because it's them actually interacting with the audience.
Yeah, well, with the house shows, there's no need to add anything.
Right, but I mean the performers, the entertainers, the wrestlers, they're interacting more with the audience, and they're looser and things like that. Yeah. So, but anyway, So we get a 6-woman tag, which really isn't anything new.
No,
it was a decent match.
They even mentioned that it was a rematch from Backlash.
Yeah. But Becky was isolated for a good portion of the match. She was able to get the hot tag to Naomi, where Naomi started to gain control.
Yeah, she surprisingly enough did her kick move on Carmella. Every time. Anytime the two of them are in a match together, that happens.
Yep.
And it's only Carmella. She doesn't do it to anybody else.
Nope.
I think she might have tried it with Charlotte, and I guess it didn't work, so they only do it with Carmella.
I guess. And she sells it so weird.
Yeah. Well, it's because she screams like a little girl.
Yeah. But that's part of her. That's probably part of her moveset, just screaming.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Lana ended up coming down to the ring, and I guess her and Naomi were kind of, or she kind of caught Naomi off guard.
Well, I believe that Naomi dispatched of Tamina and Natalya, who are attacking her. At this point, Tamina was the legal woman.
Right.
Naomi sees Lana come down, and she's like, "What are you doing here? Go away."
Yeah. Basically, and I guess she was going to the top rope, right?
No,
or is that when she knocked them off the top rope?
Yeah, she kicked them off the top rope, and then she got down.
Right.
And then she walks over, or walks to the side, and then she's, I guess, going to do something, like off the springboard or something like that.
And Lana sweeps her legs.
Yeah, grabs her leg, she falls down, rolls back into the ring, gets super kicked by Tamina, and then Tamina pins
That's it.
Naomi.
3 count. Hey, another match won with a super kick.
Yeah, that and the fact that it's a match that Tamina actually got the pin. That's surprising.
True. Yeah.
Because I figure that Natalya would pick up most of the pins on the heel side.
Yeah, you gotta build them up.
I'm just saying that generally speaking, that would be what they would do.
Well, we haven't gotten much from Tamina as far as anything.
That's my point.
Yeah, no, I know. So they got to start somewhere, though. You know,
it's true.
You'd rather her win matches like this rather than
not do anything at all. And have her in this match that Lana didn't earn her spot in.
There you go.
So, but yeah, then what is it? After that happens, the three heels and Ellsworth, or I should say the welcoming committee and Ellsworth, are walking up the ramp, and Lana's kind of just standing with them.
Yeah.
I guess suggesting that she's going to be a heel.
Which makes sense, because they need numbers if they're going to be against the...
It's true. They are certainly the weaker subset of the women's division.
True.
That's crazy, just the way they did that.
I mean,
let's turn the best wrestler face, where you have probably the second best wrestler.
I think that's pretty fair.
I think Becky's certainly. I think Becky and Charlotte were 1 and 2 in terms of ability.
Yeah.
Sasha is not so much a great wrestler as she is a great performer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess that's why having her and Charlotte together, that just made so much more sense because there was a heel-face dynamic,
Right.
whereas Becky and Charlotte, they're both pushing as faces for whatever reason.
Yeah, and they were hinting at a heel turn from somebody for a while, and that just got brushed under the carpet, which is fine.
Yeah, I can live with Charlotte as a face. I have no problem with it. I think it's just they need stronger heels on the other side. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're heavy on one side, on light on the other, it kind of just it just doesn't lead to good stories, especially if they're going to team up like that.
Yeah.
There's a difference between having a couple of good on one side and not as many on the other.
Right.
Where you can
if it was 4-on-2, it would be a little better.
Yeah. So, whatever.
We'll see.
I'm most certainly I like the Money in the Bank concept.
Oh, yeah.
I've enjoyed all the Money in the Bank matches I've seen. I think I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. And for the most part, they're pretty good. Their stories are all right.
Yeah. From what I've seen.
I know last year's was great.
Yeah.
They did a really good job last year. Remember the Raw where they opened up on the ladders?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was awesome.
That was good. Was both Sheamus and Cesaro in it last year?
Sheamus wasn't.
Sheamus wasn't.
No.
Okay.
Cesaro was.
Yeah.
It was Cesaro, Del Rio, Owens,
Zayn,
Jericho, and Ambrose.
Okay, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was a really good build up to a Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
This year's had the potential, but they really haven't been doing a whole lot with it. Certainly not as gimmicky.
Well, it's kind of tough with the 6 guys they've chosen because they're all top talent technically, and losses kind of
matter.
Yeah.
There's no building up anybody because they're all built up already.
Yeah.
So no one can afford to get squashed without losing credibility.
The only ones that actually gain something from winning this match would either be Sammy or Corbin,
which we've discussed, and I think that they probably have the best chances of winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, because, like you said,
somehow Sammy gets destroyed and ends up getting replaced in the match
by Mojo.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Speaking of Mojo,
look at that, right into it.
Yep.
So Mojo is backstage with Shane, and he's kind of like, so he had the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy with him. He's
best day of my life.
Yes. It's like, since WrestleMania, I haven't really been doing anything. You guys just kicking me to the curb. And then Shane goes on saying, oh, there's plenty of talent like Ty Dillinger and Luke Harper.
Who wants opportunity. Did you hear the pop for Luke Harper?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he says that there's other people who want opportunity. Right. And then
Mojo goes on to say that he's the only one on the SmackDown roster who's beaten Jinder Mahal since he's made his SmackDown debut.
Yeah, he's not wrong, which is funny because he beat him back when he was still Jobber
Mahal. Jobber Mahal.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny.
Yeah. So Shane says, well, you got a match with Jinder tonight. If you beat him, I'll add you to the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, I was hoping that.
Yeah.
Well,
7 would be...
7's fine, especially when you're 2 weeks away. You only have one SmackDown between here.
That's true.
So it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because if you have a last-minute addition, you don't need to worry about adding them to the story. Because basically what...
Oh, yeah, what are you going to get, Mojo versus Shinsuke? I mean...
Their job, in terms of building up a Money in the Bank match, is literally to kill time on TV without anyone being too obvious or too obvious either way.
Now, is this the first time where the majority of the participants are all main event talent? No.
There was a Money in the Bank match where they were all former champions.
Okay.
It was John Cena, Chris Jericho, The Big Show. It was the one that Cena won, I think.
Okay. I've only watched the last 2.
Well, I know. I remember that. I think it was John Cena. I know John Cena, The Big Show, and Chris Jericho. I can't remember who the fourth one was. Could have been Sheamus. and
Gotcha.
it was a match specifically for champions.
Okay.
It was back when they were still doing 2.
Makes
So.
sense. Yeah.
But
Like I said, last year was all kind of upper mid-card guys.
last year was all upper mid card.
Yeah.
At that point, none of them had been champion yet.
Well, Jericho.
Oh, Jericho. Oh yeah, and Del Rio.
Yeah.
But the four people who had the best odds of winning,
Right. Yeah.
were
We're
the
never
one-
champion.
yeah.
I got you.
because this was before Ambrose's and Owens' reigns.
Mm.
That was funny because before Owens won the Universal title, neither of us thought he was going to win it anytime soon anyway.
Ooh.
So,
Yes. Oops. But anyway, so up next we had a rematch from last week with AJ versus Dolph Ziggler.
yeah,
So
AJ's upset because he lost.
Yeah, that's for sure. Can't blame him.
Well, yeah, he lost to this guy named Mr. Ziggles.
It's true. So I mean, this was a pretty short match, but they were going back and forth for the most part of it. They were. It was a physical match again, much like last week, where
They're
both
good
seemed
wrestlers.
to be giving it their all.
Yes.
But yeah, so AJ was going for the phenomenal forearm, and I guess Dolph started moving toward him.
Well, that's how last week ended,
Right.
because he blocked the jumping up process.
Yeah.
But this time, AJ jumped
Countered it,
up,
yeah.
and instead of going onto the top rope, he just went right back down.
Yeah.
And then he, nailed Dolph in the stomach with the shoulder?
Yeah, and then AJ went for the sunset flip, but then Dolph put his knees down and grabbed onto the top rope, which AJ still kicked out of.
Yeah, he was still going. He went for the pin,
Yeah.
and then AJ kicked out.
And then I guess they were trading pins back, and AJ kind of had him in a bridge.
Well, no.
Okay, he went from a pin and then to another.
Yeah, well, what he did was he did was like kind of like a flip over him and did the bridge.
Yeah.
And then instead of waiting for Dolph to kick out, he just said,
picked him
"Nope,
up
I'm getting up," and then he
and
put him in
hit
the Styles Clash.
It was a very nice maneuver.
It was a good transition, and I guess he technically tricked Dolph into thinking he was going for a pin, making it easier for him to maneuver into the Styles Clash.
Yep. Yeah, and AJ got the win.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing, like I said earlier, that we're going to get probably match number 3
Yeah.
next week. Wouldn't be a surprise.
But this kind of goes into what I was talking about, just killing time.
Yeah,
to get
absolutely.
to the match.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, so up next we had probably the best part of the show.
I would say that the Fashion Police have been the highlight of SmackDown for the last few weeks. Seems fair, since they started doing the Fashion Files.
Absolutely. So this one was titled "Dumb on Arrival."
Yeah, it's appropriate.
Yeah. So Fandango walks in with Breeze had been standing there.
Yeah.
And he brings in the bottle of cologne with him, right? Or did he? Yeah, he had it with him.
I think he put it down, but he did have
that's
it with him.
Well, first we had on the wall this week, we had Billy Kidman.
Yes, that was weird.
Yeah.
It's Billy the Kid, man? Question mark.
And then a picture of Michael Hayes that said constant
repeat offender.
Repeat offender, that's what it was.
And
then Enzo was on there.
For some reason, they always have a picture of Tony Chimmel.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what that's about. That's weird.
I don't know. I didn't look into it, what it said underneath.
Yeah, I can't remember what it said, but every single...
Yeah.
And it's like the same picture. It says the same thing. It's just I don't get it.
It doesn't matter. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Fandango said that he went to bring the bottle of cologne to the boys in the lab, but it turns out there's no boys and there's no lab. So then he said he tasted it and did all types of other things.
And it's not the cologne's
it's
cologne.
not the cologne's cologne. And then Breeze and Fandango were going back and forth about cologne and cologne.
Because they were very confused as to what each were talking about.
Yes. So then we leave the room that they're in, and the New Day are pushing around their ice cream
yeah, because Kofi forgot how to drive it.
Yeah.
So
and then they go, we got to make a detour. And then you see the Fashion Police. I don't remember exactly what it said. It said Fashion Police something or another.
Oh,
their
like
room.
the transit. Oh,
no, their room. Yeah.
No, it probably just said Fashion Files Department or something like that.
Actually, that was probably it. Yeah, so they open the door and they go in, and meanwhile, the video was in black and white.
Well,
the Fashion Files segment was in black and
white.
But
when the New Day was in the hallway,
it was in color.
It was in color.
Yeah.
And then they walk into the room, and all of a sudden they're looking at each other.
And Biggie's like, it's in black, looks at himself, and looks at them and says white. Good stuff.
Oh, the stuff that they let the New
Yeah.
Day get away with.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so they ask that the New Day ask the Fashion Police about their opponents at Money in the Bank and saying.
Well, no, they say they need help with a case.
Well, yeah, they do, but then they're talking about the Usos,
Right, but they didn't go into it just yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they at this point, they said, yeah, we need help with a case, and this is when Breeze and Fandango are reading each other's minds, and they're just kind of staring at the New Day. And the New Day are like, okay, you gonna help us?
Is that a no
do?
or
Yeah. And so then, like, the New Day was like, "Oh, we brought you guys gifts," and they pull out two rompers for male rompers.
romp hymns?
Romp hymns. Sorry.
Romp hymns.
Yes.
That's what they said.
Whatever. And Fandango throws it on the ground and says, "We don't take bribes." Meanwhile, Tyler Breeze goes and puts it on and comes back, and he's like,
This is great.
Great. It's got zippers, or I can store my stuff." And Fandango's like, "Wow, you do look good in that." So then the New Day was like, "All right, we're looking for intel on the Usos," and then Breezango go and grab 3 boxes and hand it to each of them. And you see the wig and all types of other stuff. There. And then, so at this point, the New Day's kind of staring at Breezango, and
they're doing
their thing again, where they can hear each other's thoughts, and they're like, "New case rocks, new case rocks," and then that was the end of the segment. Oh, so good.
Yeah, it's definitely good TV time.
Yeah. I'd like to know who's writing this. Give
Could
them a
be
raise.
them.
It's true,
Especially
with the New Day added to it.
Well, what would be funny is because this started after the New Day came over.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were working with the New Day and came up with it.
It's possible.
And so they kind of just threw themselves in it or whatever. Because I'd believe it if someone said that the New Day was helping with it.
Well, I think Tyler Breeze and Xavier Woods are really good friends, and
would make sense.
Yeah,
so they were in NXT together, I believe.
Sure.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, up next is Mojo versus Jinder.
Man, Mojo, he really moves in that ring really well.
Mm-hmm. He's hyped, man.
The tights kill him though. Like if you were like, oh, who's this guy?
It's true. He does look a little cartoonish.
Yeah.
But I don't. Just as a character, I like him.
Oh yeah,
because he's very like just a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So and
he's
crowd
definitely that
him.
guy at the party that is just nuts.
Exactly, and he's friends with Gronk, so obviously you have to like him.
That's true.
So, he did his entrance, and then Jinder did his entrance. But first,
the Bollywood boys came out
to introduce him.
Yeah.
One of them, I guess, was speaking in Hindi, and then the other one was speaking in English.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came out to, I guess, new music.
Punjabi. Isn't that what is?
No, I don't think that's a language.
Oh, I thought he said in my
I think
language.
that's just an area.
Whatever. But yeah, and then he comes out, and Jinder comes out.
Yes.
And
supposedly new music. I didn't notice it
either.
But we were watching Talking Smack, and like half of the tweets about him were about his new music.
Yeah.
So
sure,
whatever. But yeah, this was actually Mojo had a very strong showing.
Yeah,
it almost felt like the match that they had the last time, but the difference was that
he didn't win this time.
Well, yeah, I was gonna get to that, but the Bollywood boys did a little bit of distracting.
Yeah,
and then it looked like Mojo was going for a Samoan drop. Because he had him up on his shoulders.
Yeah, and then he raked, Jinder raked Mojo's eyes.
And then
turned him around and hit him with the Colossus.
Yes, the Colossus.
Yes.
Whatever that means.
That's his Cobra Clutch Slam.
I know, but it's just an odd word for it.
It's true.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mojo will not be joining the Money in the Bank match, which is a little disappointing.
Yes, but there's still opportunity.
It's true. I do hope they do something with Mojo.
Yeah.
I think right now it's kind of hard because of them having to put everybody together for the Money in the Bank thing.
It's such a crappy situation. The fact that Raw has 3 hours to use all these people and SmackDown only has 2, and you have people that just constantly get pushed off the show that you want to see.
Like
Mojo,
Ty,
Harper, Luke. You know.
Do you want to see Eric Rowan?
No.
I don't know, that promo he did on Talking Smack
that
was actually
weird.
pretty good.
Yeah, it was good, but it was weird.
It was weird, but there was actual character going on.
Yeah.
That's what Bray Wyatt should be like. You know what I mean? Because Bray kind of just talks in riddles, whereas
he's a cult leader. That's
I know. But with Rowan, he seems like an actual, or he was acting like an actual.
This guy's gonna cut me up.
Yeah,
and,
a disturbed person.
Put me in a fridge.
Yeah. So
freezer. Yeah.
So I think that comes off better. So, but yeah, then.
Yeah, we had a backstage interview with Randy Orton, Renee. She basically, asked him about Jinder again.
Yeah.
And he said he spoke with different legends, I guess legends that he killed in the past.
Yes. He actually didn't kill that many legends. No. He just ran with the gimmick.
I think they threw with Flair's name in there.
And
somebody else.
Yeah, Flair was one of them. Foley was one of them.
Yeah. Basically, they said that let Jinder run his mouth because in the end, because in the end, actions will speak louder than words.
It's true.
So
Yeah, they I think was it on Raw that they showed a preview for the not the Legends, the Table for Three that had Orton, Flair, and
Bruno, right?
Yeah, that was an odd
pairing. It was different.
It makes sense, but at the same time, it's kind of weird having a current superstar with those two.
Yeah, but he's been wrestling for a while
now. Well,
now.
that and the fact that his family's been in the business for such a long time.
Yeah.
So
that is true.
Yeah. So,
but I don't think he's going to win the title back.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, he held it for what, a month and a half, maybe.
Something like that.
It was the beginning of April until the middle of May.
Yeah.
So I still don't understand why they did the whole Bray Wyatt wins the title and then loses the title. They never should have taken it off of Cena.
Yeah.
That never should have happened.
Well, he was going away.
But they could have taken it off.
Could have had him dropped it at WrestleMania or something.
That's what they should have done. But I think they wanted to put an end to the Wyatt Orton thing.
Yeah, I guess just because it's getting such bad reception.
Yeah, I think that's why they did it. And then, so that they did it the easiest way. Instead of building it for a year, they cut it off after a few months.
Yeah.
But they robbed us of AJ Cena 4.
Yeah, we'll get it again.
We will. I know. That's fine. Yeah. It's probably going to happen again at SummerSlam this year. It won't, but it could.
Yeah.
Because I think Cena will be back by then.
I don't remember when we got the preview for Cena coming back.
Around the 9 o'clock hour, whenever that was.
But he will be making his return on the July 4th episode of SmackDown, which was very smart by WWE because that's a very down...
Well, yeah, I figured that this was in response to their bad ratings on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So a month out, they go, okay, Cena's going to be...
Yeah, and they'll hype it every week until then. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Mm-hmm. All right, so up next was the Colognes versus the New Day.
Yes. This match was decent. It was good to see the New Day back in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been 2 months almost.
Something like that.
Because I know the Raw we went to, I think, was their last match
yeah.
because Kofi broke his ankle.
Yeah, what was that, April 18th?
No, it was April 10th.
Was it 10th? Okay, yeah. There you go.
So it was about a month ago.
Yes.
2 months ago.
2 months ago, yeah.
Which is weird not seeing them, considering that they were like the thing for a very long stretch.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, the New Day controlled most of the match. Not a surprise, though. First half of the match, I should say.
Yeah.
And then I guess during the commercial break, the Colognes had gained control, which I think it was displayed during the commercial. But
yeah,
I don't.
I think that's the thing I was talking about before when Philip said, "I don't know if you saw it."
Yeah, but I wasn't paying attention for some reason during that commercial break.
It's hard too. You know what I mean,
especially since the commercials are so loud.
Yeah, it's distracting. Anyway, you kind of have to figure at least at some point both sides are going to get some offense in.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I mean, it could have been a squash match, to be honest.
Yeah, but unless it's a squash match, there's going to be some back and forth.
But I feel like my point on Raw is this is how the Sheamus and Cesaro versus Rhino and Heath Slater should have gone. Should have been a little longer.
Yeah.
But I guess I understand because they want to make Cesaro and Sheamus look so dominant.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to make because they're actively trying to build up them and the Hardys at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the Hardys come back and win the titles back at SummerSlam or whatever.
Did you see that stat?
What?
That, all right, I'm going to get this wrong. The date, when was WrestleMania? April 2nd this year, right?
It was 2nd or 3rd. I think
all
it was
right,
the 3rd.
I don't know what year it was. Maybe some mid-2000s. But apparently on April 2nd, in whatever year it was, they had won the titles from Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Sure.
And then they lost it on the same day they lost it to Cesaro and Sheamus, except to Murdoch and Lance Cade. Yeah. It was just funny. It was the exact same date.
That's weird.
The same year, yeah.
7 years ago would make WrestleMania on the same day, theoretically speaking, right? So, 2010. It certainly wasn't 2003. No. Yeah, so. Because if I had to guess, it's 2008 is the year.
Yeah.
Because, no, maybe 2006.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that just out of curiosity.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, like we said, the action was kind of back and forth between the New Days and the Colognes.
Yes.
And the New Day ended up winning with the Midnight Hour, so not a huge surprise. And after they won the match, the Usos came out, which I thought this was a really good promo from the Usos. I thought this was better than their others.
It's better, but it's still not a good premise to go off of. Because, I don't like the Usos penitentiary thing is just so bad.
Well, I was talking about outside that.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, it's because a promo is not only the I guess the content, but it's also the delivery.
Right.
I wasn't a particularly big fan of the delivery either. Just like obviously it was structured a certain way where they did the back and forth between the two, but it feels jarring from them.
Yeah.
To me.
No, I got it.
It feels like it doesn't feel
real.
Yeah. It feels
scripted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I got you.
You take the fact that I don't really find them actually threatening because they say that they have
they're gonna steal your wallet.
Well, yeah. They have the division on lock, yet they only had the titles for a couple months.
Yeah.
They defended them 4 times? Maybe?
I think probably 3.
I want to say
American Alpha got their rematch.
Yeah, so I think they faced them twice.
And did they?
I think
get 2 rematches?
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 for Breezango.
But I don't wasn't that first one not a title match? Wasn't it just them?
What?
Or was on SmackDown before Backlash?
No, it was Backlash and then the one last week.
Oh yeah, when they had it was one was
singles.
There's supposed to be singles matches, but they made it a tag.
No, it was 2 single matches, and Breezango beat him really quick, so then they made it an impromptu
it was
tag
a title
match.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that was the case. So yeah, we'll go with 4.
Yeah.
So they have the championships on lock, but they've only defended their titles 4 times. Yeah. So, if they had the New Day streak.
Well,
or
comparing to Orange,
I know, but I'm just saying, because the New Day, let's say for argument's sake, the New Day had when they had the titles for 6 months, they could say that because they've gone through a bunch of people.
Yeah,
Usos,
no.
Concerning the fact that before this heel turn, they didn't do anything. Let's be honest,
the only reason the New Day kept it that long was to get rid of Demolition's record.
Probably,
yeah,
because that's pretty much what they do. They did that with Charlotte. They did that with. Well, they haven't done it with the WWE title yet.
I'm surprised.
I thought it was going to be Roman when he won it from...
Still plenty of time.
Well, yeah, he always could. But, at the same time, theoretically speaking, it could be Seth. It could be...
Yeah.
It could be Finn. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it with Finn.
No, we'll see.
What do they do with Lesnar? Imagine.
Who knows?
Imagine.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, they had their promo where they basically said that they can joke and be funny and then insulted each member of the New Day. And that was basically it.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. What did they say? They said Kofi kind of looked like a girl He said, "Biggie, is that the size of your bra? Is that why
Yeah.
they call you Biggie?"
Yeah.
And then
That was funny.
they were making fun of Xavier's weird boots.
Yeah, which is
That was
odd because it's not like those are new or anything.
Yeah. Up next, we had a interview, Dasha and Sami Zayn. And Sami was saying that he had done his research on all the opponents in the Money in the Bank match. But he still can't figure out Shinsuke, I guess just because of his odd style.
Yeah, they really play up that too much.
Well, and then you saw that commercial with, not the commercial, I don't know what it was. I guess just like a promo video of the artist, and somebody was drawing Shinsuke on a canvas.
Well, I left the room when that
okay.
was going on.
Yeah,
I was
enough.
switching TVs.
I got you.
So
yeah, but yeah. So, Sammy said he still can't figure out Nakamura, and so he'll be down at ringside to do commentary during his match with or Shinsuke's match with Owens.
yeah.
At this point, Corbin interrupts and sucker punches Sammy, and then beats the crap out of him, and then basically says that he's going to be the one on commentary.
Yeah, there's
tonight.
an open spot now.
Mm-hmm. Did you find what you were looking for? No.
I don't see any actual Hardys versus DX match
It could have been different.
besides
It might
TLC
have just-
2009.
Yeah.
Oh no, that says DX versus Chris Jericho. Yeah, so
Yeah. We'll figure it out later.
yeah, not that important.
No. So yeah, we get to a backstage segment, another one, where Shane's on his cell phone, I guess just going over the
What's
assault.
with these GMs playing with their phones?
Oh, actually, I wanted to bring this up.
Incredibly unprofessional.
It's been much nicer having one.
One person on each
Yes.
team, on each show, yes, because that's not the A story.
No. I know.
Because right now, Kurt Angle's in a story, but it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
He's just in the middle of trying to figure out who's
Right.
been beating up Enzo.
Yeah. I mean, Daniel Bryan, he really didn't add much or take anything away from SmackDown. So he was just
the
there.
only thing that he did was he got the Miz over.
That's true.
the
And
only
he
thing he
was
did.
there in Shane's absence. That's it.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and then vice versa, because
Right.
Shane's there now because Daniel Bryan's not around.
Right. Yes.
So yeah, one is definitely fine.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And unfortunately, that's probably going to come to an end soon because I'm sure Stephanie will be back.
Well, Vince said she was only going to be out for a few months.
Yeah.
So we'll see. There could be a good dynamic. We had discussed about like an Angle versus Stephanie feud where they had proxies. That'd
Right.
be okay.
Yeah.
But no, let's not get into that
Okay.
right now.
But yeah, so Shane was on his cell phone talking about the assault that just happened.
Yeah, I saw it just happen.
And Naomi comes in and says she wants Lana at Money in the Bank.
For the title, if she has to.
For the title if she has to. And then Shane makes the match. So
Reluctantly.
yeah, but this could be good or it could have disaster written all over it.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a potential for this match to be a real stinker.
Yeah.
So
This may even top Alexa Bliss and Bailey.
yeah, that was bad. Maybe that's what they're trying for.
Let's make our
Let's make a bet.
Look-
See who can has a worse women's title match.
Oh, that's so terrible. At least this isn't a gimmick match yet.
It won't be.
No, I know it's a joke.
Yeah, they already have two. So
That is very true.
all right. So
yeah.
up next we have the main event: Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura, with Baron Corbin on commentary.
Mm-hmm. So this was a decent match for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, nothing like the original match that Owens and Shinsuke had at War of the Worlds 2
Wow,
in Ring of Honor.
You got to remember Ring of Honor.
I know, and it was a big time match.
This is also like you said, free TV. So
Mhm. That would be stupid to give it away.
also the fact that they were given 10, 15 minutes at most.
I think it was like 9:44 when they were coming out, and then by the time with commercials and all that other nonsense, and it ended before 10 o'clock. It was like 9:58.
No, I think it was like 9:55.
Oh, was it that
Yeah.
early? Oh, okay.
There was a well, I guess we'll get to it and then
Yeah.
But basically, I don't know what Owens really.
He didn't.
No, he was rolling towards the end, and then Shinsuke did.
He rolled.
Yes, no, he did. Yes, I meant he was doing. He had control
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Shinsuke still controlled the good majority of the match.
But I'm just saying, like, he had momentum at one point.
Oh, yeah,
he did his cannonball, and that's when Shinsuke, he countered. He went for the pop-up power bomb when he threw him into the ropes.
Right, but then Shinsuke hit him with the reverse exploder.
No. He hit him with a side kick.
Oh, okay.
He did the jumping kick, and that's when he hit him with the inverted exploder,
right.
and then
hit him with the Kinshasa and 3 count.
Yeah. So that's 3 times in a row 3 weeks in a row that Shinsuke pinned Owens.
Yes.
And then,
which we kind of expected this is probably going to be the next feud.
Yeah.
Which we've said before, but clean victories each time. I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but I mean, Owens is still a champion.
Yeah, well, that's why it doesn't matter.
No,
because Owens still has credibility because this wasn't a title match, right?
No,
but yeah, I think. Well, nothing's for sure in terms of who's champion and stuff. So, and who wins the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, we still have, Battleground after this, right?
I think that's their next pay-per-view.
Yeah, before SummerSlam.
Yeah. I think the whole landscape could change completely based off of what happens on at Money in the Bank. Or everything could stay the same and be exactly like we thought. Who knows?
It's possible.
Anyway. They show a bunch of replays of the Kinshasa and stuff during the match, and then all of a sudden they cut back to the ring where
Shinsuke's, I guess, celebrating.
Yeah, he was celebrating, and then Baron Corbin comes from the commentary table. You hear his microphone get put down on the table, and then he hits him with the end of days, and that's how they.
And Shinsuke sold it so well.
Oh yeah, he went flip-floppy.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I thought it was an overall decent SmackDown.
Yeah, it's not bad. SmackDown's just so much more digestible.
Yeah, instead we have to refer to it that way, but
it's true.
It's
There's
true.
so much wrestling. It's exhausting. I know we talked about this before. It's just not like it's fun to watch, but just it's just so much of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Well, like I said, I mean, I get to 205 in NXT when I can.
Yeah. I don't watch, I haven't watched them yet.
Yeah, no,
I don't plan on watching them. Like, maybe I'll watch them after work tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
But I probably won't. I never watch them both on the same day unless I'm literally doing nothing.
No, I usually watch them back to back.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, but
it'll be during dinner or something like that.
Well, yeah, it's different because you're sitting there and you need something to watch. So,
gotta kill 2 birds with 1 stone, man.
It's true.
Time doesn't
grow on trees.
Sure. We'll go with that.
And we're going to leave on that note. So if you liked what you saw here, please like, share, and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.